Hi, I'm Zebra.
And I'm Plant.
We are very different from each other. But guess what? We are both organisms.
And all living organisms are made of
Cells! Wow, these cells are huge.
Oh, well, it's not really a cell, it's just a model.
Okay, so these are models. So we have big cell models so that we can see them. Scientists call that a limitation of a model. It increases in size so that we can see the little things that are inside of them. Because we all know that cells are extremely small.
Yeah, it's just a representation. It doesn't mean it has to be exact. There's lots of different kinds of models that we're going to be looking at throughout this unit. We have foam models, we have blow-up models, but it's just to help us see what we can't see with our normal eye. We would have to look under a microscope to actually see cells in plants and animals.
So right off the bat, we can tell that our cells are different from each other. Mine is round.
And my plant cell is square or rectangular.
So we are going to start from the outside and go in. So
Wait, what are all those things inside of your cell?
Do you not have things inside of your cell?
Oh, I do. What are those things?
Those things are called organelles, or little organs, tiny organs. Each one has a certain job that it does, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So we are going to go on the outside of the cell and work our way in. So the outside of my cell would be the cell membrane.
Wait, I have something extra. I have something called a cell wall. You know what that does?
I don't have one. Do you?
Well,
I hope you do.
My grandma told me a story one time about a cell wall, and she told me that every plant cell needs to have a cell wall because it's like a protective outer covering. It's to keep me strong and to help me, like, to support myself to stand tall.
Oh, that makes sense. Because,
Do
you know,
have
like,
something like that?
I do, but it's not part of my cells. I mean, that's just part of who I am. It's called my skeletal system. That gives me shape, and it makes me stand up nice and tall. So, but I don't think plants have skeletal systems. Do they have bones?
No.
So that might be why they have a cell wall, and animal cells don't. Because we already have, like, shape and support. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
if you think about a wall in general, walls are really hard and they keep everything from collapsing in. And that's kind of like my cell wall. My cell wall keeps me strong, keeps me upright.
Very well. Good. Underneath this, my first outside covering is called a cell membrane. Do you have one of those?
Oh, I do. I got one of those too. I knew that. Yeah.
Okay. So I think that, I know. The cell membrane controls what enters and leaves the cell. So it allows things to pass into the cell and allows things to pass out of the cell. So it's kind of like the gatekeeper, if you will. Controls what enters and leaves the cell. Then from the inside of that, we are going to go to what we call the control center of the cell, because everything has to have a control center, like to tell it, what to do, like everything tells someone what to do, right? So inside is the big main blob that you see in the very center. That's called a nucleus. Do you want this?
I do.
Woohoo! One of those, score. So cells have a nucleus. Hold up.
Wait a minute.
The nucleus contains the genetic material, or the DNA. So, if we have a nucleus that has DNA, what type of cells does that make me and you if we both have those?
Eukaryotic.
That's right. We are eukaryotic cells because we have a nucleus. If you remember the difference between eukaryotes and prokaryotes don't have a nucleus. They have DNA. They just don't have a nucleus. We have a nucleus that keeps our DNA in there.
What does the DNA do?
Makes you who you are, yo.
Oh, like it tells you that you have stripes
Yeah.
and I have yellow leaves on my flower.
Uh-huh. It does. It, gives you your genes, your makeup. Yep. All right, and then from there, we are going to go to a little transport system outside the nucleus This isn't anything you really need to know, but it's there. It's kind of big. It's called the endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum are the little squiggly things that come off of the nucleus. They carry things throughout the cell. So they take stuff from the nucleus to wherever it needs to go. Do you have them?
I do. There's a rough and a smooth. Do they pretty much do the same thing? Look, I'll show you guys.
Yep.
There's a rough and a smooth.
The difference
Those are the
between
purple
two-
things.
Yeah, the difference between the two is the rough ones have little things attached to them to make them rough. The smooth ones don't. So, rough and smooth. All right, we're gonna move on to the vacuole. I have many different vacuoles. The vacuoles are different little blobs inside the cell. I have many smaller vacuoles. The vacuole's job is to store water and other nutrients that the cell might need. So I have many.
Hold on.
What?
I don't have lots of little small ones. I have a really big one.
Oh,
But I think I know why.
why?
Well, if I think about what I need, like nutrients that I need every single day, if I'm a plant, I need a lot of water. That's my main source of nutrients. I feel like I need my vacuole refilled in general because I'm getting really thirsty.
Well, but I need water too.
Well, you need water, but you also need other kinds of nutrients to keep you energized, to keep you going. But water is the main thing that I need, so I need to have a really big vacuole. The more that it fills up, then the taller I can stand, and I can go straight to the sky.
Well, we definitely need you to be tall. So there's a drink, my little friend. Stay
Thanks,
tall,
Zebra.
my friend. Stay tall. You're very welcome. All right, so from the vacuole, then we are going to go to the jelly-like stuff that fills up the cell, and that's called the cytoplasm. So the cytoplasm is like the jelly stuff that keeps all of the little organelles in place so that they kind of remain order. And it also helps kind of carry around some food stuff to keep the whole cell like energized and pumped up. Do you have cytoplasm?
I do. I need that too because I have organelles just like animal cell does. So my organelles need to stay in one place too.
Yay! Gotta have those. We need those. Another thing that we have in here is called the Golgi body.
Golgi what?
Golgi body. Golgi body kind of looks like a stack of pancakes right there. But the Golgi body just helps get things ready to move throughout the cell. They're called the packaging plant. So they just
Kind of
get
like
stuff.
Amazon?
Yes, a lot like Amazon, UPS, FedEx. It gets stuff ready to move around the cell.
I have one of those too.
Woohoo! High five, go team. So, and then another thing we need to talk about, which is kind of an important one, is the mitochondria. The mitochondria.
Mighty mitochondria.
Yes, it's called the mighty mitochondria because it produces the energy for the cell. So it helps makes the energy that it takes, like the food stuff, and produces the energy for that for the cell. So it's called the powerhouse of the cell. That's its nickname. Do you have some of them?
I do, because I need energy too.
You need energy too.
Yep.
Cool. Well, let's see.
Ooh, I have something called the lysosome.
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
have that?
I do. He's right there.
So we both have lysosomes, and what the lysosome does is it's kind of like the garbage disposal. Anything that has already been used and is a waste product needs to come out of the cell. So the lysosome helps bring all the waste out of the cell. Kind of like if you think about Lysol. What does Lysol do?
Kills germs.
Kills germs. It kind of is a cleaning product, and that's the same like the lysosome. Lysosome, Lysol, kind of sound the same, but they both get rid of waste.
That's right. So, yeah, they're like the trash people of the cell. Gets rid of the more not cell parts. I think I see something in you that I ain't got over here.
What?
Those
What
green
color?
blobby things. What are those green blobby
Oh, I do have green blobby things. Those are called chloroplast. And
Oh.
chloroplast, you don't have any of those. Those are only found in plant cells. So, I am very special because plants can make their own food.
things? What?
I know. We have to go through a process called photosynthesis, and we take sunlight, we take the nutrients, and it produces something called glucose. And the chloroplast is what makes our food. And I know you said that they were green blobby things. Well, they have something in there called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is not an organelle. It's just what makes the cell look green. That's like the pigment that's inside of it. And most of the plants, whether it's the stem or the leaf, are green. That's the chlorophyll, and that's found inside of the chloroplasts.
So you like make your food automatically.
Yep, that means autotroph. So auto is like self. So an autobiography is a story about yourself. And an automobile is a vehicle that can run on its own. So I'm an autotroph because I make my own food. You would be called a heterotroph.
I cannot make my own food. Sad. So I am called a heterotroph because I have to eat something to obtain my energy.
That's right, zebra.
So how you doing?
Zebra, plants are friends, not food.
Boink.
Yeah. Sometimes
Yummy.
that happens when he gets really hungry.
They're so yummy.
So that's pretty much it as far as plants and animal cells go. We have a lot in common, but we do have a few things that are different.
Yep. Shape is different. Plants have a different shell shape. Cell shape.
Silly zebra.
Yeah, I know. My blood sugar's low. But their cell shape is different from each other.
I have chloroplast
And
a big vacuole.
and
I'm an autotroph.
and
She's
got a cell wall and I don't.
I have I do.
So the plant cell has a chloroplast and a cell wall. I have neither one of those. I do have a vacuole. They're just mini and small. They've got one or two big ones.
Yep. And we both have DNA. Where is that stored again?
Nucleus.
In the nucleus, which is the brain of the cell.
Yep.
All right, that's all, folks. Make sure that you do your box and T chart. And I'm gonna go run away before Zebra eats me.
Ah!